Hi everyone, and thank you so much for watching my channel The Witty Turtle. My name is Anvesha and right now I'm a CMA finalist. In this July 2023 term, I took my first attempt of Group 3 CMA final. So in this video, I am categorically going to discuss what was my experience in the CMA final examination, and along with that, how was my how were all my papers, and also what are the mistakes which I did. But here I am to share all those mistakes with you so that you don't repeat those mistakes in your examination, right? So before going into the video, I would like to share this particular clip with you, which I think you should watch, because this is something I recorded in between my examination when I was regretting a lot, when I was not feeling well. I was like having fever, and I was actually feeling helpless about my position during the examination.
The worst thing that you can ever expect during your exam is to have a viral fever, which I'm having right now. Today is 17th July and my exam started from 15th July. And from 13th July itself, I was having body ache. But because I was severely stressed and I was having anxiety also, so I thought maybe the body ache is due to that. But after I gave my law paper on 15th, after the exam was over, I came home back and I checked my temperature and I was having fever. So after that, that day I couldn't study properly, but after that I was having 1 day gap between law and SFM paper. So I studied for 1 day only for SFM. Then today I gave SFM paper. The paper according to me was very lengthy, and I was also having fever, so I couldn't attempt much questions. But मैंने जितना पढ़ा था उसमें से मैंने किया, and I realized one thing, that in SFM particularly I was lacking a lot of practice because I was getting confused in between while solving the questions. So yeah, for a paper like SFM you need rigorous practice, which I'll definitely do for the rest of the papers in the next term. And yeah, right now also I'm having fever. You can see my fan is not on because I'm getting chills. क्या बोलते हैं उसको, फीवर होने से जैसे बहुत ठंड लगती है. I'm having that right now. This exam, I don't know why I'm recording this, but this exam actually taught me so many lessons, like how you should have prepared right from the beginning and what all mistakes I did. I will definitely make a video on this, but I'm planning ki I'll make that video now, like after this exam gets completed, or after I'll give the next attempt in December. So yeah, whatever mistakes I have done in group 3, I am definitely not going to repeat that for group 4. And in professional exams like CS, CMA, CS, you need to plan the strategy right from the beginning of your preparation. The first mistake that I did was thinking कि अभी पहले classes करते हैं, and after completing the classes I'll do the ABC analysis and all. So that is a totally wrong approach. Before starting the classes you need to prioritize, you need to make the ABC analysis, and accordingly you should start watching the classes, and then you should do the revision and all. But yeah, like there are very small techniques through which you can score good marks. And but I'm glad that whatever I had prepared for SFM, I had prepared very few chapters, but whatever question I got from those chapters, I could do those questions nicely. So yeah, even if I don't clear this attempt, I am very well prepared and I'm very motivated to study properly in a planned manner for the upcoming attempt.
So after watching this particular clip, you might be having a fair idea of what was the exam experience for me, right? So now we are going to discuss all those mistakes which I would not, if I would not have committed, then my exams would have gone much better, right? Keeping the health aspect aside, what all preparation strategy I should have followed, that particular thing I am going to discuss now. The first point is that when you start preparing for a particular subject and you start with the classes of that particular subject, so what happens, the very first thing is that you need to identify what are the important chapters or what are the scoring chapters from which you can expect more marks, right? And now the question arises that how to determine all these things. For that you need to purchase a scanner, or else you can ask anybody for the scanner. और स्कैनर के फर्स्ट पेज में there is a frequency table where everything is mentioned, like from which chapter how many marks are being asked in every term, right? For example, this. So you need to get a picture of all these frequency tables for all the papers which you are studying, right? So out of them you can identify which are the most important or scoring chapters in a particular subject, and you have to prioritize them. Like you have to divide your entire syllabus into three categories, A, B and C. You have to basically do the ABC analysis of every paper, right? And then you have to complete all those chapters first which are carrying more marks. A category में जितने भी chapters आ रहे हैं, first you have to complete them, right? After that you can go for B, then you can go for C. Now the second mistake which I did was I was trying to complete the entire syllabus, right? Which was totally wrong. So the very first thing you need to do is don't try to complete everything. Don't try to complete everything. You may skip one or two chapters depending upon the weightage of those chapters. So first identify the A category chapters, complete them, and after that you can go to rest all chapters. The mistake which I did in SFM paper was that I was doing all the classes. So right from the beginning I should have marked the important chapters, and I should have completed all those chapters first, then I should have gone to the rest all chapters, right? Now the next point is that give yourself a deadline to complete everything, right? Whatever chapters you have identified that yes, I have to complete all these chapters, you have to give yourself a deadline by which you have to complete the classes and the first revision of those chapters, right? So I was not giving myself some deadlines, due to which course khatam hi nahi hua and everything got postponed, right? So that mistake you're not supposed to do. The next point is that in every group you have 4 papers. Out of these 4 papers you have to identify 2 papers in which you are capable enough, in which you are strong enough to score at least 60, right? So for example, if I'm talking about CMA Inter, so Inter Group 1, then I think financial accounting and cost accounting, these were 2 strong papers for me personally, right? So everybody can have their own favorite papers. So in those favorite papers you have to target to score at least 60. Then only in the remaining 2 papers you will get 40 to 50 and your group will be cleared, right? Now the next point is that you have to complete your syllabus at least 2 months before your examination if you are preparing for one group of intermediate, and if you're preparing for one group of CMA final, then you have to complete your syllabus at least 3 months before your examination, because the syllabus is so vast. It gets very confusing and बहुत सारी चीज़ें piled up हो जाती है, जिसकी वजह से confusion exam के time पे बढ़ जाता है, right? And if you're preparing for both the groups in CMA intermediate, then before 3 months of your exam you should complete the syllabus. And for final I think it is if before 4 months you are done, then it is okay. Now the last point is that you have to take good care of your health before your exam, because any kind of fever or physical sickness is a nightmare for all the professional students during the examination. If you're having it, then इससे बुरा कुछ नहीं हो सकता है, right? So I really hope all these points will help you out in preparing for your upcoming examination. If you're following me on YouTube since a very long time, then you might be knowing that recently I had put up a community post on my YouTube where I had asked all my subscribers to share their mistakes which they did in this particular examination, July 23 examination. So here are some of the responses, and I really think all these things will help you in getting a good idea of how to do your preparation. The first comment says, wasting of time on unnecessary things like relations or relatives etc. Even we do something or not, हम कुछ करें या ना करें, हम लोग बहुत टाइम इधर उधर वेस्ट कर देते हैं. सो वी शुड डेफिनेटली अवॉइड दैट. दोज आउटसाइडर्स विल ऑलवेज से समथिंग, दे वोंट स्टॉप स्पीकिंग अबाउट अस. So guys, this is my personal experience. Don't waste your time by going back in some unnecessary things and unnecessary relations or persons. Use your time for yourself. Don't waste it on unnecessary things and persons. I really support this particular point because हम लोग बहुत बार क्या करते हैं ना, अपने प्रायोरिटीज़ को छोड़ के सामने वाला क्या बोल रहा है क्या नहीं, उस चीज़ को लेके बहुत ज़्यादा हम ओवरथिंक करने लग जाते हैं. जबकि कभी कभी सामने वाला वैसे कुछ सेंस में बोला भी नहीं होता है और हम लोग उसको ओवरथिंक करने लग जाते हैं. सो दिस एक्चुअली कॉस्ट अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स. सो प्लीज़ अवॉइड दिस बिफोर योर एग्जाम. Consistency is the only key to success. You must be very consistent with your studies. Obviously, you have to be consistent, whether it is watching your classes or whether it is setting a target or even doing your workout or even doing your revisions. You have to be consistent. The next point says that short notes are very, very necessary for revising, and you should be it should be in your own writing in hard copy, no soft copy notes. Yes, this is something I totally agree because in law I had not made any notes, any handwritten notes, which really made my revision during the examination very difficult. And reading from soft copy doesn't provide you with better memorization. So preparing notes in your own handwriting is a must. First, do all the materials issued by institute like study material, workbook, RTP, MTP, and last year question papers, etc. and give the exam before your final appearance in examination hall. Yes, going through mock test really helps you a lot. I would say I was attending mock test for only law paper, and due to that I really got a good idea of how to write the case studies and how to write the long questions in exam, right? So it is very important for you to attend the mock test before your examination. So that was it for today's video. I really hope you have understood whatever I told you today, and I really hope that you don't repeat all these mistakes in your upcoming examination. If you really find this video helpful and insightful, then please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, The Witty Turtle, and also don't forget to share this video with your CA Final, CMA Final, CA Inter and CMA Inter friends.